Hi. So the next thing is what I call empathy crisis. This happens when you use your empathy and you also think about someone a lot. Now you feel that person's mind. It's like you travel into that person's mind. And this can be fine, comfortable, joyful. It can be great. And it can also be, of course, very unpleasant, challenging, irritating, and make you feel really, really bad. It can tear you down, especially if that person is having some kind of fear, or maybe the person is angry, maybe sad, well, kind of what we call negative emotions. And because you're energetically connected to that person, that means that you kind of feel the same what that person does, and this can be very awful sometimes. So that is the crisis that happens when you do not have such a good shield to protect yourself. Sometimes you get so much into this that you just don't know who you are, because you feel like that person too much. So it's good when you learn to make somehow a shield for yourself that allows you to be empathetic a lot, analyze other people's minds and thoughts with your heart, and maybe try to help them if they need. But at the same time, you will not be torn apart. You will not feel stressed all too much, okay? And you do not assimilate their negative things. The next thing is a feeling that you're falling apart. This can be a problem. I heard this from many people, had like suddenly the feeling they're not a person anymore. There's some alien kind of thing, and their mind is splitting apart, and they become very nervous because they don't feel like a person anymore that is somehow has its roots in this reality. You could feel that their mind is traveling somewhere else than just in their head, which is true actually. And they can feel like it's traveling into different dimensions or spheres, or, as I mentioned before, into other minds. Yeah, this can be challenging. Your mind is traveling into spheres of fantasy. It's sneaking into parallel realities that happens in dreams often. You can have a feeling like if there were many people, like you have more personalities than just one personality. In this case, it's good to accept all the personalities you feel that you have, and you don't make enemies. And this happens also if there's some part of you that you ignore or trying to suppress, then it happens that this part becomes its own person, So it happens that you feel other people inside your head just because you let other people go inside your head. So then they're just there. It could also be some kind of being that you invited to be with you. But don't panic. They just go away, You just have to communicate with them. Your private sphere will not be violated. So it's actually true. You're not a solid object. All these feelings you have about your mind and about the psychedelic experiences are true. And it does not mean that you lose yourself, you lose your soul. That's a basic thing. You keep focus on yourself. You know who you are, even in the biggest misery and idiotic thoughts going on, you know who you are and what you want and what you don't want, you know. That is you. And the other things are varieties, possibilities, moods, you know, or some kind of trip in. And this is also, it's not a problem. The problem is, again, fear. So if you're scared of all these things, then you lose yourself and you lose everything then, really, because fear makes it paralyzing you. It's paralyzing you, and you cannot follow your thoughts then anymore, and they just overwhelm you with something that you maybe cannot grasp, and then you feel lost in all this, in all these spheres and realms. No, it's you, and you are traveling. So you're the pilot of your spaceship, let's say, okay? And this is your soul. Your soul is piloting it all. And the next thing is conspiracies. Sometimes you might have the feeling that you're witnessing some kind of conspiracy. It's a governmental conspiracy, or some people are having issues that they want to hide from you, or a cosmic conspiracy also. Yeah, it could be that, I don't know, space was designed to this and that. Usually conspiracies have a bad outcome. That means something is going on that should make you feel bad, that should make you feel the victim that should not know about anything and probably just being cheated on. Okay, it's possible that this is happening. There are many things going on in the government and the system. The internet is full of this, so you can read about that. But the thing is, if it should affect you, your life, you know, your dreams, and your inner space, your sphere, your abilities, all of that, your sense of humor, you know. I mean, the government and the system and all this, let's talk about that. They will always be hiding something. They will always be trying to make you follow the advertisements and buy crappy things you don't need. They will have their television manipulation of minds, what we should think and what we should not think. Yes, they're gonna have some sort of you know the movie Snowden. It's called Snowden. He actually showed that the NSA, for example, or organizations like this, are spying on people's internet, telephones, and stuff like that. So this is like one of the really big conspirations that turn out to be true. So yeah, this can happen. But why are they doing this? They just want to know if you don't want to eventually, I don't know, kill the president or make something that you take over the world, you know. So if you don't want to take over and rule the world, I mean the planet, then you don't have to be scared, because they will just let you be, you know. Unless you are in some kind of investigation about some really political crap or people doing dangerous things in those spheres, then it can happen that you get in trouble. But if you just live your dreams and you know, don't care about systems and government and do your stuff anyway, because they will let you be if they have enough people who buy the stuff. So the economical system is satisfied. So you can do what you want, basically. just shouldn't be scared of it, you know. What I think is sad that people get scared. I mean, I used to watch a lot of conspiration videos, and I actually believed many of these things because I know these things are happening, and we shouldn't know about it. But I listen to my heart and my feelings, and after watching all this video, I said to myself, well, what? Now I feel bad, I feel shitty, and what's the use? I cannot change these things. I don't even want to change these things. I mean, I don't bother. I don't want to get bothered by these people who make stuff that I'm not really interested in. I want to live my life, and that not means being a consumer who is blind, but that means having my own world, you know, my inner space and my outer world that does not, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with those kind of things. So that's why I don't read it anymore. And the last thing is seeing signs. So if you can start seeing signs, various signs in various situations, objects, numbers, colors, they will pop up into your mind and will draw your attention to them more than anything else. And that's now about you, that you find out what's the story behind it. What does that mean? A special song you hear, or a special number, as I said. This could all be very positive and interesting, and like an adventure to follow these signs. And usually if they lead you to something good, it could be angel signs, you know, whatever. It's very funny and nice to follow these signs. So don't be scared of it. Search for the positive things. I mean, this is for everything I said now here. Search for the positive meaning, you know. The worst thing that can happen is when you think, like, no matter on what topic, the space wants to hurt me. No, it does not. And in the end, the last thing was you feel like the world is just an illusion. Well, there's a funny quote from Albert Einstein. The physical world is just an illusion, but a very persistent one, something like that. So that's it. It's an illusion. If you're interested in this, search the internet. There are tons of material about that, and actually quantum physics explain it too. So have fun. Think positive, keep smiling, and love your soul. And you'll be living fine with your so-called schizophrenia or psychosis. Just follow this. Be positive and love yourself, and see the positive signs in everything, because that turns every demonic thing into a heavenly experience. Yeah, that's it for now. And if you have any questions, you can write me on my email. And I'll probably make another video about psychiatry and spirituality and stuff like that. But that was the most important thing I wanted to say about what you can experience. And it's natural when your mind is opening up again, your psychedelic mind, your trippy fairy tale mind. That is a beautiful mind, and it's the biggest gift. Peace and love. Bye.